Urchfab. Today's video is going to be some progress on the old Mark II. Plan is to get this thing over to the new workshop today, so I'm going to assemble all the rear brakes and then need to put some studs, some longer studs in the half shaft so I can actually bolt the wheels on properly and I can roll it around without worrying about the wheels falling off. I have, since the last video, I got quite a few comments about the oil cooler and having the lines going into the bottom of the oil cooler, that causing airlocks in the oil cooler. And so I have actually flipped that up the other way. Only issue now is that it's not in line with the vents, so I'll have to cut some holes in the front panel to get some airflow to it, but it's not the end of the world. So I've rerouted the lines. The lines are actually shorter now as well, and they sit a bit better. The only issue I've got is that I bought some cheap fittings, and if you look, put that on a few threads, look how loose it is on the threads. Not what you'd want really for a thread, so I'll probably scrap those. Alright, so I've got all my bits. Here, got my drums all painted up. I know you're probably thinking drum brakes for a track car, but I've driven these with drum brakes on them, disc brakes on them, and as long as you got some decent brakes on the front, some good pads, I usually just run vented Capri brakes on the front with a decent set of pads, drums on the back. It's absolutely fine. And also, the only parts I've had to buy is some new wheel cylinders. All this is just stuff that I've had knocking around for years. So I'm pretty sure these are the right. Yeah. So I've got shoes, springs, new wheel cylinders,
Luckily I've got the old one, so I can see how the springs go.
One down. Right, I'm going to put some longer studs in these shafts. I've got new wheel bearings as well, but these feel pretty good, so I'm going to leave them on there. These have been marked with a pen, left and right. I just stamp them. You want to always put them back in the same side that they came out of, so that you're not loading them the opposite way. If they've spent 20 years being twisted one way, you don't want to swap them over and then twist them the other way, because they're much more likely to snap. You can pull these in or press them in, pull them in with a bolt, but you risk sort of mothering up the thread a bit, so sometimes it's easier just to smash them in. So it's pretty common for the bearings to leak oil around here. So you can buy bearings with a little O-ring that's sort of like recessed into the bearing on the outside, but my experience of those is they just split as soon as you put them in. So I just put a little bit of this blue Hylamar on the around the bearing. And it doesn't dry hard, so it doesn't. It's not going to make your bearing stick in there. But it should just stop you getting any leaks. Have you run away? One down. This is English axle, which comes standard in Mark II Escort. I've reinforced all the casing because these split, can crack the welds here. They're just generally quite a weak casing. Lowering blocks welded straight to the axle, and then the hole in the bottom of the lowering block's an exact match to the pin on the leaf, and then I weld these little brackets on the side of the spring hanger, and it stops all the twist and movement that you get with this setup normally, because normally you'll have a load of like rubber bush things in between the blocks and the hanger plates, and you'll get twist in everything and your bolts will come loose and it just doesn't hold the axle very well. And then this is like an A-frame kit that I just make up, and it goes to where the I just go straight forward to where the front of the spring mounts, and that holds all the axle in line, and that's a real easy setup which works really good on a Mark II and a Mark I. So I'm planning to actually like make some kits, some like weld together kits for Escorts, Mark IIs and Mark Is, so like a complete rear axle kit to do everything that I've done on the back of this. And also on the front, I do quite a few little modifications to the front, but still keep the original front anti-roll bar, modify the anti-roll bar brackets, the TCAs and the rack. I've been messing about with Escorts for years now. I've owned loads of them, and this setup here is really basic, and you could fit everything on this car in a weekend. And this thing will handle as well as, you know, for a track car, it'll keep up with most things on track. So considering it's on leaf springs, yeah, it's pretty good. So now I've got that CNC plasma, I could make a kit, make my own anti-roll bar brackets, make my own TCAs, and then make all my own sort of kit for the back and sell it as a kit. So that's my plan sort of moving forward. I want to get more into using that table for making parts and kits and stuff, and try and move away from cages and stuff like that. So that's the plan, Stan. Maybe I should give her a wash. Looking brand new. But yeah, we can tick that one off the list. Brakes, rear. Still got to do the front, brakes, loads of other stuff. But gonna keep chipping away at that, get done eventually. I'm not gonna make the mistake of putting a date on it. I'll just say that it will get done eventually. But yeah, that's going to be it for a little Mark II Escort update. So yeah, just watching. See you on the next one.